Hey everyone, Daniel from Twin Bytes with another tutorial for you, and this time I'm going to give you a review on my Epson Ecotank ET-2850. I'm going to share with you the features of it and the good and the bad experience that I had, including a fix that really saved me from having to buy another one, and I would have lost money instead of saving. So you're going to want to stick around to the end and see everything. So we can see the printer front here. Very simple, straightforward thing. You've got your home screen with all the options on here that you can navigate through using these buttons here. And this is where you can set it up. The settings, there's maintenance, Wi-Fi setup, so you can do Wi-Fi. And it shows the ink levels down here as well. And actually, believe it or not, since I bought the printer, and it's been over a year, I haven't changed or added to the color ink. I only added to the black, but it also depends on how much color you're printing. And I'll show you the report here of what I printed so far. So I'll show the stats on the screen here. You can move this tray up and down, or not a tray, but the panel here. You've got the tray out here for when you're printing and the paper comes out. Instead of falling on the floor, it'll catch that. Especially helpful for double-sided printing. And you've got a flatbed scanner. The paper can go in here and adjust for envelopes and such. And before I show you inside, so here you can see a view of the back of the printer where we've got the USB cable and the power cable. So you do have the option of doing a USB connection or Wi-Fi. Now the other thing is opening up from here, we can get access to the ink. And this is the cartridge, which we're going to come back to in a moment. All the ink is covered under there, and it's got a screw locking it down, which we can't get to at the moment, but I'll come back to that. With this lid open, you can open up here and you'll see all the color in the black ink labeled accordingly, and you basically lift these up and you can access the different colors. So I'll lift them all up. You can kind of see that the tops of them are even stained with the color of the ink that corresponds with that. So the cartridges, they come like this. So I'm going to open this. So you can see the cartridge I got for black. It's bigger. The colors will be a little smaller but work exactly the same way. They have a specifically shaped top on them which matches with where it's going into. So you would basically take this and turn it upside down, and it doesn't leak at all. So I've got it turned upside down, nothing's coming out, until you take it, line it up here and push it down, and it starts filling this up. And you can look at these while you fill it up to see when it goes up. Of course, the black I've already got filled. And here's a box of the color that I've got, and I haven't added to that yet. So we'll close this down. So one of the problems was to clean this, which I've got the solution kit there somewhere. Fuck, I didn't have that ready. To fix the clog issue that I had to buy this solution kit, which I just put back together again since using it. And using this, it flushes out the cartridge. And because of these all-in-one Ecotanks, there is no cartridge that you replace like in the old printers. So we have to do a little bit of a trick, and this really saved me from having to purchase a whole new printer. So you can't take this and just move it over. You have to start from over here doing maintenance and then go into a nozzle check or head cleaning, and that gets the cartridge to move and start printing out. And what you want to do is unplug the printer power while it's in the middle of printing that test page or head cleaning, anything that gets the print heads to start moving and printing, and then just pull the power cord out, and then this will become out and available to slide across. So I took this video from the printer guy, which I've got linked down below to the full length video here, and you can see here he shows you how you got to unplug the power while it's in the middle of doing a nozzle check so that the cartridges become loose, and you can slide it out of the way, and you want to remove the paper that it started with, and then you can remove the screw from this plastic housing, which we can then remove the plastic housing and get a paper towel underneath that set of cartridges. It doesn't matter which you do first. In this case, he's putting the paper towel down first, and then he's removing that white plastic cover from the top. But I had a bit of a challenge just trying to get that paper towel lined up underneath. So this guy's a pro. He's done this many times, as he mentions in here, and so he knows what he's doing. Now, this even tells you that whatever color or black that you need to fix a clog on, you still have to remove all of these cartridges out of here and just move them off to the side, one side or the other, whichever works for you, so they're out of the way. And you now have access to the nozzles here where we need to attach the hose with the syringe in there, and it's very tight to get at and very snug, and we're going to be pushing a lot of fluid through there, so you want to make sure it's on good and tight, and then start pushing the fluid through the syringe. And you may have to repeat and also partway through it you may have to replace the paper towel as well. For me, I just kept shuffling the paper towel around a bit and pushing more liquid through, and then push it and move it and push some more through and move the paper towel, because it was a challenge to get the paper towel underneath it when it's folded up so many times. And this is just showing connecting to another one. So anyway, I recommend looking at this guy's full-length video that walks you through it all if you ever had this issue. So I'm looking at the cost here. In March of 2022, I bought this printer for $452 basically, and it included full bottles of ink for all the colors in black. And so on May 8th is when I ordered the repair kit to fix the clog. So it was clogged up just before that. So the printer really lasted me just over a year. And at that point, I thought that I may have to replace the printer if I can't fix it. And there's no printer repair businesses anymore, it seems. Nobody wants to fix these things, they just replace them. So you gotta do this yourself to fix it, or get a new printer, or hopefully you got warranty for it, and then you could just simply get it replaced, which seems like a good idea going forward, because then not only are you getting it replaced under warranty, but for a very cheap price of the warranty cost, you can get a new printer. And I was told about this trick, that within that warranty period, just before it's due to expire, set a reminder for yourself to complain that it's not working properly and that you need it fixed or replaced, and they won't fix it. They just send you a new one. So you could get a brand new printer every 2 years or so, however long it is before the warranty is up. So I'll put a link in the description below for where I got the solution kit if you have a problem and you need to clear the cartridges. For me, it costs about $25 with shipping to get the cleaning cartridges, and that's a lot cheaper than having to spend another $450 to get a whole new Ecotank printer. So within that time period, looking at the previous printer that I had was a cheap $80 Canon Pixma inkjet printer. I got cartridges a few times. So to be fair, I'm looking at the same time period of 2 years, comparing how long I had the Ecotank before it had issues and comparing to what I spent in ink with the inkjet printer. So I spent $341 in ink over 2 years on that inkjet printer, and add the $80 cost of the printer to it, that's $421 over 2 years. In that same 2 years that I've had that Ecotank now, it was only $450 and I still didn't run out of ink. So although I didn't need any more color anytime soon, I was starting to run low on black. So $69.99 plus $30.49, that's another $100 for ink to last me another 2 years or more. So this is where the savings really start to happen, assuming that this printer lasts me another whole 2 years. So with these things getting older and expiring, dying, they're not going to last forever, and you're going to have to get a new one. So the Ecotanks, even though you're saving money on ink in the long run, with the wear and tear, they can end up dying on you and having other issues. So you may not be saving money in the long run. Even though it works out to have cheaper ink for what you use, you can only use the printer for so long before it ends up having problems. Other than that, I find that it is a good printer, it does good quality, and it's a lot better than having to keep putting in new ink cartridges all the time. So you really want to just make sure that you're always printing all the time. Even if you don't have to print something that often, make sure that at least once a week or every few days, print something out in all color. So don't just do black. Make sure you're using all the colors and print often. Otherwise, if you don't print after a certain period of time, then the cartridge could get clogged, and that's when you have to go through this very complex, maybe not so complex, but a very messy process to clean the clogged heads, because it's not like the inkjet printers where you can just simply replace the cartridge. So in my opinion, basically, I think it is worth it and saves you money in the long run having an Ecotank, as long as you print often and don't have an issue with clogged heads. Or if you do, then you can go through this process I mentioned to clean it yourself and not have to buy another printer, or just get the extended warranty, and then you can get that replaced and upgraded for free, which is even better, every 2 years or so. Anyway, that's it for this tech tutorial. I hope you did find it helpful. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Even better, give it a super thanks. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.